The big three: Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. Legendary shonen that not only popularized the demographic, but anime as a whole. Yes, you can look back on classics like Bebop, Gundam, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh!, but none have ever reached the sheer scale and hype in and outside the anime community like the big three. Unless you bring up the godfather of all shonen, Dragon Ball. But just like Dragon Ball opened up the gateway for the era of the big three, now that two of the big three's main manga have ended, I have to say main manga because we still have Boruto, and Burn the Witch technically takes place in the same universe. The anime community has been on fire, wondering, pondering, and just plain hungry to announce which shonen title is going to rise up and take the new mantle of the big three. Will it be the Seven Deadly Sins? Oh, wait. That show ended, and it's not even Shonen Jump. Well, what about Black Clover? No, didn't that anime just receive the Bleach treatment and end before the manga? Okay, then it has to be Demon Slayer. Crap, that manga ended too. Oh, I know. What about Jujutsu Kaisen? What the hell? Wait a minute. Isn't One Piece still going strong? So technically, aren't we looking for the big two? No? We're just going to forget about One Piece when dubbing the next big three? Okay. You see why this has been a debate for some time. Everyone's throwing in their favorite Shonen Jump titles into the running. Everyone is hyping up their favorite titles when a new season drops or the show's animation reaches the level of the gods. But let's just stop the arguments and accept the reality of the situation. There will never be another big three. Let me explain. The big three did more for the anime community than one might realize. Most new anime fans from the early 2000s got their start with one of these series. Naruto is such a well-known name that most people outside of the anime community think every anime is Naruto when they see one. Is that Naruto? No, Dad. It's Tuaru Kagaku no Railgun, otherwise known as a certain scientific railgun, otherwise known as the slept-on anime that you should definitely watch. Anyway, these shows not only defined a generation, but they also revolutionized the shonen standard that their predecessor Dragon Ball had previously established. They built off what was common and came into their own, setting a new standard and making the shonen demographic exponentially better for it. And the same can be said for the new age shonen of this era as well. Taking the standard but making it your own is basically the key to a successful shonen nowadays. However, when it comes to choosing a new big three, there starts to be a problem. Yes, shows like Demon Slayer, My Hero, and Jujutsu Kaisen are great additions to the shonen demographic. These shows are great shows, and each one stands out on its own, but none are nor have revolutionized the demographic as the big three did. And I don't care how much Demon Slayer made in 2020, sales don't necessarily correlate to cultural impact. Yes, the show can sell well, but all the other shonen have to do is drop one well-animated fight scene, and Demon Slayer will cease to be the talk of the town. These shows aren't changing anything in shonen, they're just giving us more of what the big three already established. And before you riot, this is not a bad thing. Like I said, all the new age era shonen are great shows. Although I haven't watched past the part when Black Clover stops being Wizard Naruto, so I can't really speak on that series. Pitchforks down, I will pick Black Clover back up eventually. Gosh. It's still Wizard Naruto. It's a great time to be a shonen fan because there are several new age shows to sink your teeth into, each one giving us what we love about shonen with different worlds, power systems, and characters to fall in love with. And this isn't a problem until you come to the argument of the next big three, because there really aren't three shows that stand out from the rest. There will never be a new big three, because there aren't three shows that are defining this generation. There are like 5 at this point. Maybe even more if you include Dr. Stone and manga like Spy X Family and Marshall, which are having huge success without an anime adaptation. And let's not forget about all the fans that Chainsaw Man is bound to get when the anime drops. And One Piece is still going strong. Basically, what I'm saying is that there are so many good Shonen Jump series currently out that 3 is too small of a number to pick out which ones are the best. Maybe the big 5, but that just doesn't have the same ring to it, and even that might be too small depending on the fans. I think the search for the next big 3 comes from fans trying to repeat or inherit the will of the era before it, looking for the next big thing to fill the void. But instead of arguing which ones can fill the position, how about we ask ourselves why the position needs to be filled in the first place? Just like no series, no matter how good it is, will ever take Dragon Ball's place as the godfather of shonen, why do we need a new series to take the place of the big 3? Maybe, just maybe, this new era of anime that we are currently in doesn't need a big 3. Maybe anime fans of the future will look back on this era not as the era of the next big 3, but as an era that was filled with multiple great shows. An era where it was absolutely the best time to be a shonen fan. Generation-defying shows are amazing. They give fans the sense of being a part of a historical movement even though you're just watching a story unfold. And to be honest, that's probably why the big 3 had and still have so many diehard fans to this day. It's a great feeling knowing that your favorite show did more than just entertain people. However, that was that era and this is this era. Times change, and I don't really think anime needs a new big 3 to solidify itself. It's because of the big 3 that anime has proven to be more than just niche cartoons from Japan. The big 3 did their job, and I don't think it's the job of the new generation to repeat it. Instead, the new generation should look to improve upon and grow the community. You don't repeat your parents' life, you learn from it and become better. Not saying that the new age shonen are better, I'm just saying that this generation has no need to repeat what the one before it did. I know it can be a hassle when fans argue and clash about which show is better and what's trash and what's not, but it's actually kind of cool that there are so many new shows and fandoms to join now. The big 3 didn't open up the gateway for a new big 3. They opened up a gateway for a variety of shows to please a variety of fans. There will never be another big 3, because I don't think we need another big 3. And that's all for me today. What do you guys think? Will there be another big 3, or do you agree with me? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this type of video, then be sure to hit that big red sub button and bell as well. And for as low as $1 a month, you can support us on Patreon and get some cool benefits as well. Follow us on Twitter and make sure to join the On The Rise family. Until next time, my friends, I'm RJ Lane, and this has been On The Rise.